Jersey had an amazing cultural event happen on Saturday the 10th of January 2026, and I thought that I would spend a few minutes here talking about it to mark the occasion. It happened at the Freedom Centre in St Helier, which is significant because it was the old Odeon cinema in Jersey. It's where we used to go and watch films. It fell into disrepair. It's a beautiful Grade 2 listed brutalist building, and for a long time it was completely empty until Freedom Church took it over and they turned it into a conference centre, which they also used for their church events. Little did I know that ever we were going to get a rock star come to Jersey and stand in that space and talk to us, and that the auditorium would be packed, and that at the end of the evening there would be a standing ovation from the Jersey audience. It was really exciting, so I just want to share a little bit for those of you who don't live in Jersey, and also to reminisce for those of you who do live in Jersey and perhaps were there. The evening started with an amazing audio-visual display on stage of some of the work of Justin Hawkins, who is best known for being the front man, the lead singer, guitarist, songwriter of the British rock band The Darkness. And it was an amazing time for the people of Jersey, a lot of whom had never actually seen The Darkness live, although The Darkness have been to Jersey. They came over to Jersey in August, it was end of August 2024 at the People's Park, where they performed at the Jersey Weekender event. But not everybody goes to those things. So for some of the audience, this was their first encounter with this extraordinary person. And they were taken on a wonderful romp through music, discussing all sorts of things which are way above my head. I mean, this is not a music channel, this is an art, culture and entertainment channel, talking about chords, talking about guitar tunings, talking about technical stuff. There were loads of people who were really loving that. But in amongst that were all the exciting and fun personal anecdotes from being in the music industry, all of the interesting opinions, an interview with a local band called 88 Bunkface, who have been 4 years in the business in Jersey and are working really hard. And at the end of January 2026, we'll be releasing an album. So that's a good thing for Jersey, isn't it? That we've got somebody making new music in Jersey. They've got a video up, which was filmed at St Wands Bay. So there are all sorts of fun things that they're doing. But it is really hard in Jersey because, as Bunkface was saying to me, there's nowhere very much to perform. So on the occasion that I saw them, it was at a pub called the Troubadour, where they're really squashed in and the ceiling's quite low. It's not ideal. So for Justin Hawkins to come to Jersey and to pick a Jersey band to be interviewed was really quite an event for this island. It might be nothing for you people who live in bigger cities and things and elsewhere in the world, but for Jersey this is a big thing. And the evening went on for 3 hours, and the time passed so quickly that when Justin was saying, should I stop now, people were going, oh no, go on all evening. I think they would have gone on until the following morning if they could have done, but of course the building needed to be tidied up and cleared for church activities the following day. But this was a really interesting event for Jersey. You had all sorts of people there, people who I knew were classical musicians, as well as people I know that play the guitar, people I know have real interest in rock music, people who were coming because it was an evening out and it was something going on that was live. I think there's something very special about live entertainment. I love going to the cinema. I quite enjoy watching some television, but I don't have a lot of time to watch television. But to be in the presence of a live human being where what is actually happening is happening in front of you in real time. There's no editing, there's no, taking something out. If it happens, and they have to ad lib or they have to find a way around it. The show went amazingly professionally, with no glitches whatsoever. It just flowed. There had obviously been a lot of preparation. The audio visuals were absolutely top notch, and Justin had the support of guitarist, guitar technician and sometime player in the darkness, Ian Softlab Norfolk, who was on stage with him at times playing guitar, but he was also there providing technical support. And he also had other unseen people in the black curtains at the side who were making sure that the whole show worked seamlessly. And this enabled him to be completely relaxed on stage with the audience. He had the combination of commanding the audience and yet being really affable, and people really took to him. He had an amusing thing where he would ask people for a number, and he would turn to a page of a book and he would read something out of a book, and at one point he actually sang that part of the book to the accompaniment of his guitar, although I think that was going to be a bit time consuming, so he only did that the once. And there were other times where he encouraged us to think about connections between music. Now that's always a lot of fun. Listen to a tune and then listen to another one and be asked what the connection is. And it could be the connection was that the same person played on the two pieces of music, or that the same person wrote the two pieces of music, or the same people produced the music, or it could be something a bit more tangential than that you would really have to think about, and you would really need to know a little bit of the inside scoop to get that right. But it's really fun. I mean, I didn't get any of those things right because I am not, a musician. I'm just an enthusiast of art, culture and entertainment. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was a very relaxed performance in Jersey because we're a friendly bunch in Jersey. We don't ever give people a hard time. But what can sometimes happen is that a Jersey audience can be a bit lackluster. They can be a bit kind of quiet and not demonstrative. But oh no, Saturday night, they were enthusiastic from the beginning. There was loud clapping. And even though they were asked, had they seen the show before, had they looked at the YouTube channel before, and very few hands were going up, people were there to really enjoy themselves, and they were totally engaged in what was happening, and I would say very appreciative. So at the end, there was a standing ovation, and I hope that this is one of many shows that we will be getting in Jersey, that we need more live music in Jersey. We need more people of the calibre of Justin coming over to Jersey, probably to raise our profile. We used to have a situation where all the TV stars and all the music stars of the day would come to Jersey to either play at the Jersey Opera House or to play at various venues that were dotted around the coast of Jersey, which unfortunately have long since closed their doors and in many cases have now been turned into completely different sorts of businesses and private residences. I just wish that we could have those times back again, and I'm really hopeful that this is turning a corner for Jersey. If you like what I'm saying, please leave a comment, because I think it would help an awful lot of people in Jersey if we could just raise the profile of this island a little bit. I'm a visual artist, but I've come to realise that the musicians in the island who need live venues and who need decent sound equipment when they go out to perform, they also need some support. And so if we can work together to raise the profile of cultural and creative industries in Jersey, I think that would be to a really big benefit for the whole island. The island should not just be about earning money and about one industry, the finance industry. There is much more to life than just that. And I can't get myself involved in finance industry. I don't have any training in that. The only thing I can do is art. There is nothing else that I can do. I have no other qualifications or expertise in anything else. but I would just like to hear it, you know, said for creative industries and for live performance in Jersey. So thank you for looking, thank you for watching, and if you're able to share to anybody, please do. If you're able to like, if you're able to subscribe, if you're able to tap on the bell for notifications for this channel, because I'm going to be talking about all sorts of different things. Each video will be very different from the other. Thank you so much.